So I remember having all the hope, and then suddenly all that hope just disappeared. So we have our House of Healing. The plan here is to employ all the children into the Healing Hands buildings here. That's what we've been calling it. Helping Hands, Healing Hands. Let's see. Alright, some children in there. The kids is everyone's future here. Turn up the volume there just for just a little bit, just a pinch. Just a slight, ever so slight pinch. I hope this video is finding you well and good health and spirit. As the children get delegated into the workforce. Don't worry though, they're not gonna work at the steel mill or anything like that. We're not monsters. Not complete monsters. Alright, so I think everything is like set up. I set up everything before it closed out the stream yesterday. So that I wouldn't have to, you know, try to collect my thoughts all desperately and all those kinds of things. So the Helping Hands buildings, House of Healing, should help us recover this massive sick deficit here. So I think it's the last one, yeah. So we have one more because of our gravely ill, which just went down because 2 more people died. Get those Healing Hands in there. Alright, so we are currently house redesign. Because one of our first primary objectives is to, at least as far as resource spending goes, is to start upgrading everyone's homes into a home from a hut. And what is this little number? The cookhouse. Yeah, it's closed because, well, it's this time of day. It's closed, yeah. But we also don't have any raw food, really. Let's see, we have a lot of scouting stuff happening. I think they're coming back, this group? No, they're on their way further away from us. But we have a lot of food coming in. Speaking of, let's see, the standard meal, I see if I recall, we don't have a good food pathway to follow. It's just bad food pathways. I was feeling a little desperate about the food, but I think we've especially after the finding the outpost for food, I think we're okay for food for now. We have law opened up yet? No, we have one more day. So just because I'm thinking about it here, I think we need hope, and we need a lot of hope. Okay. Let's see. Discontent, I think we have a handle on, but we really need to get that hope up. And the people dying constantly is just going to keep pushing us back. So I think the organ transplants is probably going to be the next one. The reason why we're in this mess is because of the graveyard. And if you're just tuning into this one, that graveyard, it will just constantly make everybody sick. So first order of business is to get everybody out of the graveyard, or get the graveyard away from the heat zones. Employ more children in there. Let's check on our temperatures. Okay, looks like everybody is warm enough. All these places are closed right now, closed for business. So we're not really utilizing the outside perimeter. I think we'll just kind of go down to stage 2. And because I think this is almost in range for that. So if we look at our list here, so these places are a little chilly. Our coal income is all right. That's going to be like the first like big order of business, is getting our resources in order. That I really want to get our resources. I want to have way too much resources. We can't have enough resources right now. But our hope is just, it's not there. We need to get our hopes up. We can't give them up. We have to get them up. Distinctive difference there. Alright, so we have evening prayers. Alright, that's going to help a little bit with the hope, but we need to get more hope up. What about the faith keepers? Is that going to help us with this? Let's see. The temple raises hope. Discontent will occasionally fall slightly. New ability, ceremonial service. Raises hope and comforts the discontented. 20 food rations. We're about to have a lot of food. I am tempted by the temple. And this one is actually pretty nice too, because we get an ability, and it's not range dependent. Well, maybe it is range dependent. Faith keepers. You can ask faith keepers to break up protests. Nighttime procession reduces discontent. You will have to build the faith keepers. Discontent will rise. Faith keepers will gather your people together and lead them in a procession. Discontent will fall. So we don't really need to do that. We need just raw hope generating abilities here. So I think the temple or the medical, that's the 50-50 choice here. And I'm kind of leaning towards medical just because so many people sick, and if we keep losing people, this is gonna go under 500 here, likely, and a lot faster than we really anticipate here. There it goes. And every time somebody dies, we lose a little bit of hope, and we just waste all those food resources. So I think healing is what we do. I think we're okay on food. Okay, so one thing I would really like to know, how can we generate more outpost people? Current limit 1. So why did this person die? Treatment? One of our people died. Died from lack of treatments. All right, let's take a little break from the horrors that is our medical crisis right now. So the rock formation we've reached a landmark, a distinct spot in Frostland. We can use it as a waypoint for further exploration. Let's explore. New landmark. Our search hasn't uncovered anything of value, but we may be able to reach some more promising locations from here. Let's see, this is my group they have a lot of stuff. We could send them home, because our other scout is just right there at the frozen ponds. So let's take a look at them. Distinct spots, a new landmark. Let's carry on. Okay, so they're actually moving in this direction right now anyway. They don't really have anything of value. So I think what we're gonna do is send... Oh, okay, I got mixed up. We're gonna send this group home. This is a group who actually has stuff. We're gonna send them home. Frozen Forest could be a wood outpost. And they're gonna come out, and when we send them back out, we'll send them to the Frozen Forest. We've been there, storm shelter. Okay, so it looks like our path forward is this direction. The last camp, a small camp, we can't see any signs of life. Let's go ahead and send that group there. So this group is going to be, this is our outpost group. They will be arriving at the outpost in 37 minutes. Okay. So our sick continues to grow. So as soon as we have our laws opening up, we're going to be doing the organ transplant. That's the one we're going to do. What was that for? Oh, yeah. All right, so there... All right, there you go. Build an outpost, 100 raw food per day to our city. Great. That's exactly the sort of thing we need in our populace. Our massive population of 529, and it's going down steadily. I think every 3 hours or so, somebody dies from lack of being treated. So we have a lot of medical places. We have a lot of Helping Hands, House of Healing. This is our big struggle right now. Hmm. 8 sick absences. All right. Let's employ the children. No more absences. Okay. So this one's got 6 absences. Let's do it again. Boop. It should reset them. No more sick absences. Look at that. Game the system just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, so this one has 1 sick absentee. We don't have any engineers that we can kind of fiddle with. So that one's unfortunately going to be hanging out there at 1 sick absentee. Okay, let's see. I don't think there's really much we can do right now. So we have a lot of workers though, so I don't want to waste this time. Yeah, we have 2 fighting pits, which we don't actually need 2 of them. Fights are held here in the evenings. Everyone can participate or watch and unwind after work. No one is fighting. Is this based on the proximity? I think it is based on the proximity because it's illuminating all the neighboring homes. So I'm going to move it over there, and I suppose we can keep that one. I suppose we can keep them. It could give us a bit of wood, which we kind of need. So I'm going to destroy both of these. That's going to be 24 wood in our pocket, or in our resource bit here. Let's see. What else can we do while we're hanging out here? Let's see. I think resources were okay. We rebuilt the snow pit. Oh, look at the description. It actually tells us about not placing it in heat zones. Okay. Didn't know. I'm really glad that person in chat helped me. Crystal Dawes, that was. Alright. We're gonna just... This is probably our closest thing. Just boop. 1 wood used. Alright, we're starting to gather a bit of wood. So, what would help us in this crisis? I don't want to use any steam cores. We need to reserve those for gathering resources, probably for steel, probably not for steel, but for the wood. Unless we find an outpost, and we can generate more outpost workers. Permanent resource far away. Yeah, I don't understand exactly why... Oh wait, this group is waiting. Why are they waiting? Storage is full? Hold on. I will clear you some more storage. There's plenty of storage. Oh, it's raw food. That's right. Oopsie. Alright. Hold your horses. Find your horses and hold them back. I will clear you some storage here. Oh, I thought I had some builds. Okay. No problem. We'll go ahead and... Let's see. Alright, so we can actually change this one over because we're pretty under. We're gonna do raw food. Maybe we can flip that one around here and there. Alright, so that group cleared out. So that's gonna go down. We do need to build probably another row here. Maybe another row. I kind of want to invest a little bit of research before we use this whole thing here. It's not up there high in my list, but this has been a few times now where we've actually used up our available resources for food. Coal production is not exactly where we want it to be. Let's see, this pile is dismal. We actually don't need this many. Oh yeah, that's right. We actually have an upgrade. Steam Coal Thumper. Let's go ahead and upgrade that bad boy. Alright. I don't know why I said bad boy. Alright, let's turn this one off because we've built the other one. Actually, how many resources will we get returned? 15? Let's hold off on that. We'll keep that for emergency later. Let's see. Where is... There it is. So this one is overfilled because we have too many homes over here. We do not have an effective income for wood just yet. So I don't... I'm gonna upgrade this one. I don't want to overspend on our wood. But we can definitely put in some gathering posts so we can start getting more of a positive income on coal, so we're not so we don't have such a deficit per day. Wow, that's really bad. All right, we have a long road ahead of us here with this coal production and hope generating. All right, we got 1 hour left. 103 sick. It's still up there. Oh, I can't wait to start using some organ transplants. Alright, so research is finished. Now we can not spend so much resources on building houses, which we're definitely going to be doing a lot more of. Let's see, what is our next absolute necessity here? This would give us a few extra people. I don't think we really need that just yet. Healthcare insulation would help us with our coal at the moment. We just need to wait just a little bit, and then we'll get that 30 wood. Let's see. We could do the large resource deposit. That doesn't sound too bad. But I also kind of want to start chipping away at getting all of these things upgraded. Oh, this is the mine. I don't want the mine. I want the thumper. Okay, so we have level 2 thumper. So we won't be able to upgrade the thumper again until we get to level 5. Or tier 5, excuse me. Let's see. We could upgrade the wall drill and would help with our wood income. So we already spent 1 steam. So if we built this up, then we would be able to upgrade this. We do have 1 steam core incoming from our scouts. So we might be able to. I don't think there's anything right now I wanna use a steam core for. But we do have 1 coming in, so I don't even know what that would even be, actually. I mean, I guess we already have 3 infirmaries. I can't conceive a need for another infirmary. I don't really want to do that, even though it probably would be beneficial. Let's do the wall drill, because that's our major bottleneck as far as a resource goes. Does this affect everything, or is it just a sawmill? And steam sawmills? That is this thing. Okay, so it doesn't affect the wall drill. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and upgrade that one. How much is level 5? 150. Okay. Go ahead and upgrade that. And then we can upgrade our 1 little spot for it. I don't think we can... Yeah, I don't think there's any other openings for this. It's pretty much just the 1. I think this expansion pretty much wants you to utilize your outposts. Kind of like you kind of have to dance around. Oh, we have 1 day left to get to 50% hope. Alright. Alright, so I think... Oh wait, the medical. Because no matter what we do, if people keep dying, we're just going to keep losing the hope that we've built up. So let's go ahead and do this one. I think it's unfortunate because this is going to be due just before we can actually enact another law. So we've already used the candlelight dinners, and we just have... Where'd you go, little bugger? Okay. We just have this sermon. It's going to be coming up soon. Let's go ahead and do food rations. And... which one are we doing? Steam wall? Alright. So hopefully after the steam wall upgrade, we'll be able to hit up a bit more wood. Let's see, this is in the heat zone. I'm happy with that position. And this is probably the shortest route. Yeah. You see the roads here? This is a complete mess. This expansion started us off with. This is not my design. I just want you to know that. This is not my design. Oh man, look at this. There isn't even anything here. You know, I should probably just connect this while I'm thinking about it. I could have probably waited. But destroying roads is instant, but building them takes time. So you could actually like destroy them and there's no undo. It's just instantly gone. And you just have to wait. So if you make a mistake, well, that happens. Alright, the last camp. Our scouts have arrived. Numerous tents, empty crates, sledges, and countless frozen bodies. We're afraid we know where these poor people came from. Do we? They might have some steel and some steam cores. Let's explore. The rest of us. We expected these people to make their way to Winterhome in the third dreadnought. In the third dreadnought. Now it seems that some calamity must have befallen them. We should try to find the rest of them, and not just because this part of the expedition was carrying several steam cores. Let's take these resources for now, and let's continue forward with the mighty wreck. It's going to be about... looks like, yep, it's going to be 11 hours. Wow, it's a long walk. This group is almost back to us. They're going to be sent to the frozen forest next. Alright. Alright, so we're trying to put in some gathering posts here to collect all the coal. We're going to be in the process when we start actually having a good income. So this is now full because we've lost connection to all the resources. Oh my goodness. Alright, we just have this little bit right here. Do we have any workers? Oh, we have one guy on the job. Alright, we have one little bit left. Where are you going? Hey, come back and finish your job. Oh, this is going to be hours before we actually have connection to it. Oh my goodness. Is the child going to go and fix this? What you doing? Augustus Robinson. What are you doing? Moderate risk of getting ill. You're not doing anything. You're going home. That's your activity. We just have one little bit. Boom! Okay. Opened back up. Whew. Alright. That was like an hour of production gone from our workforce here. 96, 94 people sick. People are getting out of here slowly but surely. Scouts have returned safely to the city. You can disband the scouts at the beacon or send them back out into the Frostlands. We're gonna send them back out. Alright, buddy. Let's go to the frozen forest. See, that's gonna take one day, but we've been here, and this is gonna knock off probably 10 hours, so just let them go there first. Or we could do the frozen pond. Nah, we're just gonna go there. I don't want to end up forgetting about everything. Last time I tried to do that little jig, I ended up forgetting about it, and it went way off course. And micromanagement is not my thing. Make sure all these posts are maxed out. What are we researching again? Yeah, steam wall drill. Alright, let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Oh boy. Every time I fast forward, the game's like, you need to take your time. Otherwise, you know, more stuff is going to be happening. Captain, some of our people are concerned about the rising number of untreated sick. Believe me, I am too. I'm very concerned. We're asking you to address the problem. I will open a new infirmary. I don't want to keep making those. You'll have 3 days to admit 1/3 of the sick to treatment. I promise the sick will get treated. I won't address this right now. Discontent will rise slightly. Well, it's going to get us a little bit closer to our 25%, but I don't think I really have much of a choice. Ugh. Okay. Let's go ahead. Do we do the helping hands yet? Is it time? Yeah, I think... yeah, it takes 2 days for the cooldown. I guess we could have waited a little bit. Maybe buy some time. I mean, everybody's gonna have all the food they could possibly want. Let's see, how many workers we have? 13. Can at least clear out one of these buildings with regular workers. Hopefully it'll make them a little less inclined to be unhappy or to lose hope. We have 3 left. Alright, so let's go to this one, put the other 3 and 7. Okay. The sick is going down a little bit. Suppose maybe we could have accepted the quest, but I'm very leery on accepting any of the quests in this game. It's not a guarantee to hit the requirements that the quests typically have. So we're catching up a little bit. The few extra gathering posts have been beneficial. I think it's kind of gone down a little bit because we've gone into the off hours. Let's go ahead and build... Let's build 2 homes. And then we can get rid of 2 homes up there. It'll be the process of... these roads. The spacing is so awful. We can fit 3 houses in this otherwise like 5 slot. Alright, I guess let's go ahead. What is this thing? Stockpiles? We don't need to stockpiles here. What a waste of heat. Can I make another stockpiles? Is that a thing? It is not. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think I can move the stockpiles. Nope. I don't see anybody. I don't see it anywhere. Alright, let's go ahead and build 2 houses, and then over here... Or, well, when they're done, we're gonna get rid of these 2. Our sick is going down. We might get out of this hole yet. Slowly but surely, we have dug ourselves out. Or we're digging ourselves out. It's my optimism creeping in. It's good to have optimism, but that's called false hope, which is why it's not in our hope meter. Let's see, false hope listed here? Nope. No false hope is listed. 280 living near the House of Prayer. How much is a House of Prayer? 30 wood. So I think I'm gonna move the one that's over here. We're gonna move over here, because I think a lot of our housing is gonna be over on this side. Oops. Oh wait, somebody's waiting? See what I mean? I'm just forget about it. 21 hours. Oh, look at that. We saved 3 hours. Well, I may have, you know, missed the... I may have missed 3 hours instead of actually making up for it. Alright, let's get this guy out of here. Let's put him with his little buddies over here. Okay. Alright, we're gonna hit the danger button. We're gonna do danger level 2. I'm talking about fast forwarding. Did we build 3 houses? Is that what we just did? Okay, I think we did. So let's go ahead, get rid of this one, and get rid of this one. And then when these guys are gone, we can put in 2 more gathering posts. Alright. So we have reached the mighty wreck. The third of our dreadnoughts, wrecked by a powerful explosion. It's damaged beyond repair. Let's explore. Might have some steel and some steam cores. Faulty manufacture. These things are huge. I want to see like one in full form. It seems that after one of their boilers exploded, the pressure in the others was raised to maintain the power of the engines, causing them to fail one by one. Perhaps the people building this dreadnought were rushed or used substantial materials. Substandard. If they used substantial materials, maybe this wouldn't have happened. But the substandard materials was surely their weak point. So, from the mighty wreck, we can see the lone boulder, and we can see a broken tree. Just one broken tree out there. 12 hours, 11 hours. Is that about the same distance, or is it further between these two? Let's go with the broken tree. Cool. To the broken tree. Alright, we'll check in on those scouts in 18 hours or so. Okay, so we're down to 62. We're deconstructing these things. We are on a very slow path. That was very slow path to reconstructing all this stuff. Alright, I want to get rid of this little guy over here as well. Alright, so that's the 3 that we built over there. So when our research is done, we'll pop in the upgrade for the sawmill. Hopefully that'll help our wood problem. We are on course of solving our coal by building all the extra gathering posts here, but yep, that little spot opened up. Can we actually build one? Nope. 15 trees. Have to wait until the next... Well, we have to wait until these things are destroyed or deconstructed. Alright, we can at least build one. What is this thing? Oh, a field kitchen. Nice. Look at that range. Look at that. That's an alright placement. I don't know how many gathering posts to coal thumpers we should kind of target. I mean, at this point, we are not going to have enough hope. There's absolutely no way. I mean, if we accepted the quest and we managed to get this down to a number that's relative to what the condition would be for the quest, maybe we would have had enough hope to build up, but at least it's warming up now. So we're at minus 22, so looks like we could lower the range. Yeah, because we have houses. All the houses are actually pretty comfortable. So this will dramatically reduce the amount of coal we're consuming. Alright, so we have some openings here. Oh. So let's take the workers out of there. So that gives us 10 workers for the gathering post. I really would prefer not to put children in hard manual labor, like such as the gathering post there. We'd like to not do that. Alright. So yeah, raw food is exceedingly healthy. It's exceeding my furthest expectations. Furthest? All of my expectations. All my expectations are being exceeded. I don't want to put children in a cookhouse. Everybody's going to get poisoned food. Food poisoned. 6 absences here. You guys are in livable... No, you're comfortable. Very comfortable, actually. Unnecessary. Yeah, I mean... just leave everything off. It's actually not, offering a benefit. Let's see, well that's just one thing. You can turn all this other stuff off. Leave that on, whatever. Leave that, leave all these off. It's a hub. Okay, okay. Time to save on coal. Do. Oh wait, that one on, that one off. I think comfortable is fine, or livable is totally fine. I mean, you think we would be a little bit more concerned considering how many sick people we have. Do everything we can. I mean, maybe we should just leave everybody as comfortable so we just don't get any more sick. We're at 32. 110 are in there. I mean, if this increases, maybe we should just leave everything as comfortable. Yeah, 2 of these don't actually do anything. All right, that's a good point. Yeah, let's let everybody be comfortable, or as many as possible be comfortable. Okay, so not all of the hubs are going to be necessary. Comfortable. Yeah, because a lot of these places are going to be comfortable anyway. Oh, I thought a few of these kind of downgraded to livable. Guess I was wrong. Okay. I don't really know what I was reading. Yeah, I mean... it's weird. Are these getting other... heat zone, building insulation. If I turn this off... heat zone, building insulation. So why doesn't this, oh, it's in the heat zone? Are you? Which heat zone? Who's feeding you heat? What's your heat zone? The heat zones are turned off. It's odd. I'm gonna leave it on. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that one off because this guy is so insulated. Okay. Enough fiddling with that. Alright, we're gonna hit the Danger 2 button. Danger level 2. We're speeding forward. Oh wait, research. Whew, good catch. Alright, we have the Steam Coal Thumper now. And we have our steam wall drill. We are building it as we speak. Our steel is kind of okay. We could start building the large resource depot, just so we can be a little bit more space conscious. Gathering post insulation might be fairly good to kind of get ahead of the storms ahead of us. I'm not super interested in the steam coal mine here just yet. I think I want to rely on the thumpers and our existing population. I was kind of looking for 5, but I think what we need is preemptively we need to set up our income for resources. I can't remember what I was trying to think here. Let's see, they can move 50% faster. I really want to know how I can add more outpost people. It seems like I can't. I kind of don't like that I can't. Yeah, I don't know. So we could do overdrive couplings. And I would like to get all 3 of these things down here. So our rates is not double, but we can expect 200 per day. So this is the beginning of a day, which means that if we do this, we should have enough for tomorrow to research this level, and then this will be done by tomorrow, and then we can do generator safety bypass, which will allow us to have double the, or is it this that does that? Oh, this is just for coal efficiency. Safety bypass. Oh, is that the shield? Oh, it is the shield. Okay. Which means we get 50% extra use out of the overdrive couplings, which would be pretty great. So let's go ahead and do the overdrive. The overdrive is absolutely fantastic. Okay. Just look, we have this thing, we have this thing. The overdrive will help us save coal. It's almost like a coal button, extra coal button. Broken tree, we have arrived. A distinct spot in Frostland, we can use it as a waypoint for further exploration. Let's go ahead and explore. We have some new landmarks. Our search hasn't uncovered anything of value, but we may be able to reach some more promising locations from here. Let's carry on. Let's see, we can see a mass grave. How interesting would it be if it was the 3 graves? And we can actually start working our way towards the main campaign. That'd be kind of interesting. Alright, let's go to the mass grave. How long is that going to take? 7 hours? No. Be 11 hours, wow. This group actually has 2 steam cores. Let's see, if we went to the lone boulder, is that the same amount of time? 11? Okay. It is just slightly a little bit further away. Group is going to the frozen forest. Okay. If a scout group could turn into an outpost holding group, I would be like, yeah, we definitely have to make another scout group. But that is not a thing that can happen. Alright, so yeah, the sickness thing is really what hurt us. We're down to 21 extra sick people, so we're getting people through. We would have completed that quest, I think. We've hit 0 discontent. I think that's our only power, right? Let's see, our income for coal should actually be pretty good now. But we're not having to do so much coal consumption at the moment. So that's why this is looking so healthy. Alright, so I don't think there's anything we could do about the public. We're so close. So close. I hope this isn't going to be a fail state. Let's go to danger level 3 speed. Alright, everybody is now in the medical thing. See, we would have actually accomplished that goal, or mission, or whatever, quest. objective. All right, cold homes. Captain, some of our people are concerned about the low temperature in their homes. They quite sensibly point out that it's easy to fall ill when it's cold and ask you to address the problem. Let's see, some homes. You'll have to start heating 10 of the cold homes within 2 days. Keep them heated for 2 days. Okay, so I will just do the first one. So this should help reward us a bit of hope. So it's a pretty easy objective. It's pretty much... Alright, so we've done it. So now we just need to maintain this now for a longer period of time than we have to complete this quest. So it's not going to actually do anything for us. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen after we don't succeed in this quest here. So we have more cold homes over here. Let's go ahead and crank that one on. Crank this one on. I don't think we have any homes. Yeah, there's one home. Alright, so this is actually a hole in our design. Oh, in our limited design here. So let's go ahead and plop one right here. Alright, so our fearless scouters have reached the frozen forest. All the trees are dead, some of them cracked from the sudden frost that must have come in on the middle of the Arctic summer. This might contain wood. Let's explore. Yeah, look, all the little dead trees. There's a fair amount of usable wood we can take with us to Winterhome. Ooh, 297. I think I want to send them back home. Resources will be taken. Oh, yes. This group has hardly had any chance to actually go on an adventure. But, as it seems, there's actually no more adventures out there, so it kind of works out. I think they're ready to come home. I don't know if this group, after the broken tree... I mean, they're about to get to the mass grave, but I don't know if they're actually going to find anything after the mass grave. So we'll see. If there's anything after that, maybe we'll send the scouts out again. Alright, here we go. We're about to find out if it's going to be a mission fail because of this quest and not being able to get to 50% hope. And, you know, the game has given us plenty of opportunities. The reason why we didn't get it is because we did not solve the new building type, the snow pit. By default, the game puts a snow pit right over here. And the first thing you have to do is move it out of the heating zone. People of Winterhome have lost faith that you may yet prove yourself as a competent leader. I mean, we have 3 of the 4 quest parts complete, but anger that so much precious time has been wasted under your rule. They banish you from the city. Oh. Okay, well, that's our stream today. Oh, cool. It's actually going to send us on that lonely road. Lucky bastard, he'll die quickly. What does it change? We're doomed anyway. I mean, you guys would have been fine. You are banished. The end. A band of grim men escorts you under the generator. The waiting crowd is silent. People observe you as you pass, their faces blank, as though they were watching snow fall. You are summarily judged and spared the death sentence in recognition of your efforts. You are banished from the city instead. I did my best. Right to the title screen. So lessons learned there. This is the first attempt here, and I think I'm gonna try it again. It's a little disheartening that the design kind of leads you down a path with a new building and positions you such that if you're not aware of a new type of building or the existence of that building, you kind of just fail because you weren't aware of such a thing even existing in the first place. So I'm not in agreement with that from a design perspective. but it does kind of fit the motif, but it kind of fits the theme of the game, and I get it. I mean, it's one of those things where we almost made it through. If we had hit it a little bit earlier, if that was like the first thing that we got rid of, and kind of repaired, we might have been okay. So I'm gonna make another attempt here, and I think what we're gonna do a little bit differently this time is the very first thing I'm gonna do is actually not getting rid of all the houses. We're gonna actually leave the generator at level 1 until it starts getting colder, because that's the first thing that ends up happening a little bit into it. Then we'll pop it on level 1, and that's going to help us with a little bit of the early ills that we ended up having earlier on. Because we didn't get the outpost until a little bit later for some of those other options, or some of those other outpost options like food and steel and things like that, we actually start off with a lot of coal. I think early on we can actually take a little bit of advantage of that coal availability, and and we can kind of get ahead of a little bit of that early illness. So the first thing is to get rid of that snow pit and build it way off-site. And then I really want to make as many... I kind of want to redo everything this time too. I want to get rid of all the roads, and I want to rebuild all the roads. And I think after all those resources and things, I think we can actually rebuild some of the homes. And we can rebuild some of those huts. And I think a good little flip is useful early on in the game for our later games. I don't know how long this particular expansion is. I didn't feel like we got even halfway through the narrative there. The scouting zone was about half the distance of what some of the other expansions have gone, as far as just pure distance goes.